Hello and welcome back to Brodeurland. I'm so glad you're here. Today's topic on the Brodeurland show is gratitude. That is right. Now you may be wondering, what are we going to talk about today when it all comes down to having gratitude? Well, camper, I'm so glad you're thinking that. I'm so glad you're being curious and wondering about it. So first, we've got to talk about what does it mean to have gratitude? Second, how can I be thankful for the things that are in my life? And third, how can gratitude really transform my mindset so I can see the joy in each day, my job, in the people that are in my life? Now, what are we waiting for? We've got to jump into the Brodeurland definition so we can really learn what gratitude is all about. So let's jump in right now. All right, so the Brodeurland definition for gratitude goes like this: appreciating what's good in our lives and being thankful for the things we have and giving kindness in return. Now that you know the Brodeurland definition for gratitude, we've got to start to learn how we can apply it into our everyday lives. And I've got 3 quotes lined up for us today that really embody gratitude and what it really truly means to be grateful. So, what are we waiting for? Without further ado, let's dive on in and let's take a look at our first quote right here. Our first quote this week is by G.K. Chesterton, and he says this: when it comes to life, the critical thing is whether you take things for granted or do you take them with gratitude. So listening to this quote right now, what really comes to mind is how so many times we can get into such a routine that we grow numb to our surroundings. We grow numb to the people that are in our lives and even the blessings that are in our lives. That's right. You know, growing up, my dad used to always tell me, and he still does today, it's all part of the adventure. Now, what does he mean by that? This is what he means. He means that you've got to be grateful for the ups and the downs, the successes and the mistakes along life's journey. You see, we can grow from those successes and really build confidence and become that best version of ourselves. But we can also build and learn from those sufferings, from those mistakes, so we can come from the ashes and really transform ourselves to keep growing and moving forward. Now, what I want us to do right now is really practice gratitude and give you a 10-second reflection. What I want you to think about during those 10 seconds are the people in your life. Maybe you got that one special person that are your biggest cheerleaders, those people that really push you to be that best version of yourselves. Maybe those people are close to you. Maybe they live close to you. Maybe they live far away, or maybe that person or those people have passed on. So right now, in those 10 seconds, think about those people. Let them flood your brain starting now. Whomever you've been thinking about, how proud they must feel to know the impact that you think they've made on your life. Now, that's not all we got to talk about with being grateful and having gratitude. We've got to take a look at our second quote right now, so let's dive in. Our next quote is by the one and only Oprah Winfrey, and she says this: be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you'll never, ever have enough. So after listening to this quote, I feel like so many times we can be so fixated on the things that we want, the things that we don't have, the stuff that we're chasing. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good to have goals. It's good to have ambitions. It's good to strive for things. But you also have to be grateful for the things that are in your life right now, in this moment. That's right. You see, so many times when we go for our goals, we tell ourselves, oh, I'm going to be happy when I achieve this goal. I'm going to be happy if I buy this thing. Sure, you might be happy, but it may only be for a moment. I mean, think about a goal. Think about something you achieved. Maybe you won that big game. Awesome. You felt excited. You had a big party. But how long did that feeling last? A day, a couple hours, a week, a month, a year? Most of the time, as time keeps going, that stuff fades away. And that is why it's important that it's not all about the goal. It's not all about the achieving. It's more about who do you have to become to achieve that goal. It's all about your life's adventure, the mistakes that you made along that road and you had to learn from and grow from, the successes you made along that path to achieve that goal that taught you, hey, I'm in the right direction, let me keep going. That's right. You've got to be thankful for those mistakes that helped you grow and those successes that continue to push you forward. So let's jump into our final quote right here, and it's going to talk about how we can bring joy into our lives. So let's jump in right now. Our final quote this week is by William Arthur Ward, and he says this: gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. So what you've got to remember is you've got to be thankful. You got to be grateful for those gifts, those talents, those passions that really make you you. That's right. That is what's going to be key in your life. Whether you're in your dream job, whether you're in your dream situation, or whether you're not, when you bring those passions, when you bring those gifts into those scenarios, into your arena, that's when that joy starts to be elevated. That's when you bring you into those mixes, and you can be grateful for your uniqueness and really stand out and shine in that routine job, in that routine scenario. Won't seem so routine because it's going to be passionate, it's going to be big, and it's going to be all you. Now, here's the thing: when you start to feel down, when you start to feel like, man, I'm not making any headway, and you start to have that roller coaster of a time, look to those people, look to that person, whoever your cheerleaders are in your life that want you to be the best version of you. Let them flood your brain and allow them to help self-motivate you so you can keep pushing, so you can take those talents and gifts and bring that joy and bring that gratitude into your life. So always remember, you make each day a special day by just you being you. There's no one in the whole world like you except you, and I like you just the way you are. It's good that you exist, but you've got to go out there. You've got to be grateful. You've got to have gratitude, and you've got to be aware of the blessings that are in your life so you can go out and become that best version of yourself. Until next time, Broder out.